Good day, Toxic Trade community members. I desperately need help as I don't want to be a statistic. I married my husband December of last year, and before I married him, he was sweet, kind, always knew what to say. He never assisted me financially as he always said he had financial issues. But I didn't see anything wrong with that because I was because I had my own business. On our second date, he called his mother that he had found the woman of his dreams. I had butterflies. I was excited. The mom asked me, "Are you sure you really want to marry my son? Are you ready?" I smiled and said yes, but I really didn't understand that question up until now. He started to make plans immediately, and I told him to hold on, that we can marry in the next year. He knelt down in front of my house and said, if I did not marry him, he will know that he's not destined for marriage. That the fact that I don't want to marry him immediately means that I don't love him. He called his mother again and reported me to the mother, and the mother was asking, what is the hold up? If you don't want to marry him, just say. And I said, yes, I wanted to marry him, but I wanted the marriage to be next year. And she said, why? Why are you waiting? Just marry and get it over with. He's ready, you are ready. I thought the family loved me and they wanted me in their family. So I agreed. Mind you, during the course of this wedding, I did not do anything. It felt like everything was rushed. I did not know when any plans was made. The only plan I made in that wedding was the cloth on my body. One thing wanted to cause issue, and that was the issue of food. The mother insisted that she and her family would cook the food for the wedding. I said no, it's either my family or caterer. But I did not want to put that burden on my family, so I let it go. On the day of the traditional marriage, my husband practically fought my makeup artist for coming in 30 minutes late, cursed her out, screamed at her, and called her all sorts of names. Everybody was begging him to relax and calm down. He absolutely refused. And mind you, that included my mother. My mother was shocked and was wondering why he was behaving the way he was behaving. I told my mother maybe it's financial stress of the wedding, or maybe he had wedding tension. We did the wedding and we went back to the hotel. A day after the wedding, around 9 p.m., he said we should pack our things and go to his house. I said, why don't we just wait till in the morning? There are a lot of people in the house and there will be no sense of privacy. My husband jumped on from the bed and started screaming at me and calling me the B word and telling me how ungrateful I am. That do I know how many women are looking for husbands like him? And I found him on a platter of gold and I'm being ungrateful. That do I know how much it took for him to marry me? That he has not even started the marriage. I'm already talking back at him. Mind you, I wasn't shouting because we were in a very loving conversation before that talk came up. So there was no way I would have been shouting or anything like that. This man cursed me out, started banging on the wall of the hotel and cursing me and telling me that he picked me out from the gutters. I was like, me, gutters? How? Before I knew what was happening, he packed up. Before I knew what was happening, he packed his bags and including my own, put in the car and drove off, left me absolutely stranded in that hotel. I was in a state of confusion, didn't know what to do. 1 hour later, when I'd finished crying, I carried my phone, went downstairs to the hotel and booked a hotel ride to his house. I borrowed money from his sister because my bag was with him, paid and went inside quietly. I told his mother what happened. The mother just looked at me and smiled. I said, don't worry, that's how he behaves. He will calm down. I went to bed. The next morning we woke up and he started being all sweet and nice. I say, oh baby, how are you doing? Did you sleep well? I thought I was hallucinating because anything did not make sense at that point. I looked at him in shock. I just answered and went to the kitchen. I told the mother what is going on. The mother said, I not tell you, that's what they do. I was wondering if he has some sort of mental disorder because that did not absolutely make any sense. There was no kind of apology or anything. He just moved on. During the course of the day, his friends called him that they were coming, so he organized like a mini party and asked me to invite my friend. I said my friend lived far and he said, don't worry, we'll go and pick her. We went to go and pick my friend. Even whilst we were driving to my friend's house, He was just agitated and saying, I didn't know that this place was far. I don't like to waste my time. And I said, okay, let's go back. He said, no, we already called her that we're coming. We're already on the way. If I go back now, I will look like a bad person. We got there, picked my friend up. I was really hurrying my friend because he was already agitated. When we got to the house, we had the party. My friend called me aside and said she forgot her purse in the house, that I should please give her cash. So we're having that conversation and he overheard it and said, oh, that he had some money in his pocket, and handed it over to my friend. My friend said, oh, thank you very much, sir. And she left. The next morning, he woke up and was looking for the money. So I said, oh, don't you remember you gave my friend the money yesterday? This man cursed the living daylight out of me and told me that I was a very terrible woman and a terrible wife at that. That no wonder I did not marry all this while, because who will marry somebody like me? That as a good wife, when he was giving the money to my friend, I should have told him, no, don't give her the money in her presence. That I was trying to make him look like a bad person. And I said, when we had that conversation, you overheard it. She wasn't asking you. And he said, even though as he offered, I would have told my friend no. I was wondering what was going on, because that sounded like madness to me. It didn't make any sense. Since I've married this man for the past 2 months, I have never had peace. I don't know what to do. I am tired. Anytime I report to the mother, she will say, na so they do. Just keep quiet. He go calm down on his own. But it looks like he hates me. Yesterday night, we were having a conversation and then he just suddenly burst into anger. And I was asking him, why are you angry? He started screaming, I don't want to be married, oh. It's my mother that made me to marry this marriage. I'm tired of it. I don't want to be tied down by any woman. And I said, it's not too late. If you are not ready for marriage, let me go. He said, I can pack my bag and go. I don't know what to do. Please advise a sister before I run mad in a 2-month-old marriage. Please advise her. She's already saying that she wants to leave, but she doesn't want to seem like she's paranoid. That was the long and short of the story. Kindly advise her.